Hi, and welcome to Pulse. My name is Deanna, and I'm so grateful that you're here practicing with me today. If it happens to be your very first time trying class, then I'll ask you to pause here quickly and watch the Intro to Pulse video that I have linked in the description below this one, and then come back and we'll begin together. Hello again, friends. Let's go ahead and begin. So you can see at the front of my mat, I have a set of weights. Those are 5-pound weights. If you have weights and you want to use this time to grab them, I invite you to do so. You could go lighter if you want to. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you go too much heavier. If you don't have weights and you would like to use soup cans or something else that you have in your space, then that will work just fine. And if you want to skip the weights entirely, then that will work just fine too. And I want to chat with you as you take the time to grab that. And really, I like to take this time at the start of the class because once we get flowing and get going, there's not a lot of time for me to really delve into things, but there's a concept that I did want to share with you. So as I record with you today, we are finishing up what was called a holiday break. And I kind of laugh at that name because I have 2 kids in elementary school. And so for me, it was not really much of a break. It was very busy. Lots of cooking, lots of cleaning, lots of decorations coming down and other decorations going up, right? And it was kind of just a whirlwind. And for them, it was awesome. They're like, eating all the food and watching TV and playing games. It was very relaxing, which, I had fun too. But it's just an example of how we can all go through the exact same experience, but based on our perception and just where we're at, we can go through it extremely differently. And so take, for example, how we all have 24 hours in a day. And the experts will say you should get 8 hours of sleep and eat 3 square meals and have so many late snacks and so much time for work and so much time for this and that and so on and so forth. But maybe you're one of those people, I am not, which only needs 5 or 6 hours of sleep. And maybe you just eat smaller, more frequent meals, and that works for you. I want you to apply that ideology to our class today because we all have the same 60 minutes here together, but depending on where you're at, you're going to experience it differently. And if you come back and you practice this class time and time again, the class didn't change. Essentially, you are technically still the same, but you'll experience it differently as well. And so I want you to come into a space of honoring your experience, of not trying to change it or overanalyze it, just allowing yourself to move through it. And as you become more able to practice this within your own body, you can extend that grace into the world around you and just allow others to, same thing, go through their experience with hopefully a little bit more compassion and awareness and grace. All right, rant over. Let's go ahead and begin in child's pose. So start off on the hands and the knees, and if you'd like your knees hips width or wider, go on and do so. Big toes touch. Sink your hips back towards your heels. They don't have to touch. As you stretch your arms overhead. Forearms come down as the forehead comes down. And if your forehead does not touch the mat, you could stack your hands in some way to make a pillow, or you could use a prop under the forehead. As you arrive, toggle your hips a little bit from side to side. Release into the low back, into the belly, into the legs, and into the feet. And then come into stillness. Feel the spine get long. Soften the shoulders, the neck, down the arms, into the hands. Close your eyes if you haven't done so already. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And an open mouth sigh. And do that a couple more times, breathing deeply in. Maybe your sigh is quiet, maybe it's a little bit louder. And when you're ready to, send your breath into and out of your nose. If you have Ujjayi Pranayam, go on and activate that now. And just ground yourself into the sound and the sensation of your breath. And start to reach your arms forward. Lift the elbows up. Press into the palms as you soften your armpits down towards the mat. Relax into the shoulders. Ears are between the biceps, back of the neck long. And when you're ready, rise onto your hands and your knees and take a moment to set it up so that your knees are under your hips. Shins are parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Hands are under the shoulders, fingers spread wide, back of the neck long. Press into the floor, feel the chest wall engage. Feel the abdominal wall engage so that your tail is lightly tucked and your back is strong and straight. From here, curl the right toes under on the mat and send the right leg long. Press through the heel. And from the right heel through the crown of the head, can you get longer? Inhale to the tippy toe. Exhale, press the heel. Do that a couple more times at your own pace. You can kind of press a couple of times into the heel. Lengthen into the calf. And then next time you come forward, float your right toes away from the mat. Heel comes in line with the hip at its highest, doesn't need to go higher. Take the left arm forward if that's comfortable for you, and from the left fingers to the right leg, get nice and long. Big inhale. If you'd like to, on the exhale, tap your elbow and your knee under the body, round the spine. Inhale, open up, get nice and long. Exhale, round and tap, get all the breath out. Inhale, open. Exhale, last time, come to close, and then hold it open. Take the left hand down. Bring your right toes off to the left, and then peek back at your foot over your left shoulder. Breathe into and out of the right side of the body. And on an exhale, bring your right leg all the way out to the right, in line with the hip if you can, sole of foot flat. Inhale all the way up to stand on the left knee, arms come up overhead in prayer. And then bring your left hand outside of your left knee. You could be on your fingertips, your hand could be flat on the floor or a prop. Start to roll your right arm up, spin the barrel of the chest into the sky, lengthen the right side of the neck. Option to bring the right arm overhead, long diagonal line through the right side body. And maybe you float the right leg away from the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out, maybe tap your elbow and your knee in front of you, and inhale, open, get long. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open up. One more time to close. Last time to open, inhale. As you exhale, sole of right foot comes flat, arms to a T, stand up, and then bend over the the right leg. Left arm goes up and overhead. Roll the left shoulder into the sky. On an inhale, stand on the left knee, both arms come up into prayer overhead. And as you exhale, prayer through the midline, hips to the left heel, one-legged child's pose. Flex your right toes, ground into the right heel, and if your hamstring is a little tighter, you could bend the right knee. Big deep breath in, big long breath out. Next inhale, rock forward onto the left knee, and as you exhale, bring the right knee down as well. Pause in tabletop, take a full breath in and out. And on an exhale, now the left leg goes long. Take a moment to rock forward and back. Inhale forward, exhale, press into the heel. And the next time you come forward, float the leg up. Keep the belly strong. Option to float the right arm. Thumb up, fingers wide. Big inhale. Exhale, squeeze it in. Close and tap. Inhale, open, lengthen. Exhale, round and tuck. Big breath in, get longer. Big breath out. Tap it last time, and then open up. Inhale. Right hand down, left toes off to the right. See behind you. Right shoulder drawing back, left shoulder draws forward. And then exhale, swing the left leg around. Ground the foot down. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, right hand down outside of the knee. Reach up into the sky. And if you'd like to, take that top arm overhead. Maybe float your left leg. Big breath in. Exhale, if you'd like, tap elbow and knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Big breath in as you lengthen. Long breath out as you tap. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, teeter-totter the arms, sole of left foot flat. And then when you breathe in, right arm comes up. Breathe out, bend over the left leg. Right shoulder rolls into the sky. Deep, free breaths. Inhale, reach up, palms press. Exhale, hip hinge, fold down. One-legged child's, flex the left toes, ground into the heel. Option to bend the knee if it's too much. Option to skip it entirely as well. Next, inhale onto the hands and the knee, and then exhale, hands and knees. Big breath in, long breath out, downward facing dog. Take a moment to move organically in your down dog any old way that you need to. Bend one knee and then the other, bend both knees. Shake out your head, whatever helps you find grounding here in space. Press into the hands really firmly. Feel the arms strong as you press into the floor. And let's take one more big deep breath in here together. And long breath out. Inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and walk or hop your feet to your thumbs, big toes touch. Halfway up on the inhale, hands could be on the shins. Exhale, fold, nose to knees, maybe hug your calves or your thighs. Inhale, dive up, reach up, arms overhead, prayer above the head, and then draw that through to the heart. Put a bend in your hips. Fold forward, flat back, back of neck long. And then let your hands find the floor under the shoulders. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, nose to right knee. Inhale, left leg up. And start to bend your knee if you'd like to, taking a standing split with the hip opener. We usually do this in down dog. So shine your left knee up into the sky. Back of neck is long. Big deep inhale. Exhale into teardrop. Bring the left knee behind the right. Onto the pinky toe side of the leg, and then squeeze your knees together. Feel that lift in the belly, round into the upper back. Breathe deep. Spread out your right toes, ground down, and then bring your hands back in line with the front foot. Send your left leg to the back of your mat in a crescent lunge. The heel is up. Feet are at least hips width distance. When you're ready, rise and reach. Crescent warrior, arms up. Front knee grounding over the heel, back leg strong. If having the arms overhead doesn't feel good, you could have them on the hips or on the front knee. Big deep breath in. Exhale, airplane crescent. Tilt your torso over your front thigh. Less intense up high, more intense down low. Try not to nosedive though. Lift the heart up. Squeeze the shoulders together on the back. With your next inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, float your hands down, frame your front foot, step forward. Inhale, halfway up, hands under shoulders. Exhale, nose to the left knee. And with the inhale, right leg goes up, standing split. Option to bend the knee, roll open. Right hip over left. Maybe the right knee goes higher on the inhale, and on the exhale, tuck it in, teardrop. See if you can find a little joy, right? It's called teardrop, but it's so nice to be in your strong body, right? Squeeze the legs together, create that energetic seal, fire up the breath. And then hands in line with front toes. Step it back, right foot back, heel up. When you're ready, come on up to your crescent, however you make your way there. Big full inhale. Exhale, airplane crescent. Palms out to the side. Reach through the arms. Spread your wings. Fill up. Next inhale, sweep up. And on the exhale, come on down, hands to the floor, step forward, big toes touch. Halfway up, inhale, hands under the shoulders. Exhale, nose to right knee, left leg goes up with the in-breath. And with the out-breath, roll it open, stack the hips. Big inhale, left knee higher. Long exhale, tuck it in, teardrop. If you'd like to fire this up a little bit more, maybe you play hot potato with the floor. Maybe touching down as you need to. Maybe your hands come into prayer. Maybe there's something else entirely that you would like to do here. Continue to squeeze the knees together. And then plant your hands and step back, crescent lunge. When you're ready, rise and reach, crescent warrior. And on your exhale, airplane crescent. Front leg strong. Spread out the toes, ground into all four corners, and when you are ready, take flight into airplane. You might have to hop step to get there, and that's okay. Keep the left hip pointed down. From the left heel to the crown, get long. Big breath in. As you exhale, come to stand. Again, you may touch down first. Maybe you bring the left knee up into the chest in one foul swoop. Keep your heart lifted. Belly up and in. Big deep inhale. Exhale, stamp the left foot down, stand strong. Inhale, sweep up, arms reach. Exhale, dive down. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, nose to left knee. Inhale, right leg up, standing split. Exhale, roll it open. Right knee higher, inhale. Teardrop, exhale. Maybe that little game, maybe you even bring a smile to your face and notice how that changes the chemistry of your body as you come into a challenge. And then, hands down, step back, crescent lunge, rise and reach, crescent warrior, a big inhale. And when you're ready, on an exhale, airplane crescent. Extend through the spine. And when you're ready to, take flight. Come on up, airplane. Right toes point to the mat. Big deep inhale. Exhale, come up. Right knee to chest. Maybe you touch down, maybe you don't. Both ways are perfectly fine. Stand up taller as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, stamp the right foot down. Inhale, arms reach, fill up. Exhale, hip hinge, fold to the earth. Hands under the shoulders. Halfway up, breathe in. Nose to the right knee, breathe out. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, roll it open. Take your knee at its highest height this time now. And if you'd like to, you can start to float your hands here. Maybe, maybe not. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe your hands stay up as you find that teardrop. Squeeze the knees together. Try not to put all of the weight onto your front thigh. Lift your torso up. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe the hands stay up as you find the back of the mat. With an inhale, fill up, crescent warrior. Exhale, airplane crescent. When you're ready to, take flight, airplane. Breathing in, breathing out as you balance. And then come to stand, left knee to chest. Your arms could stay down, or they could come up overhead, or they could find prayer or anything else. Maybe extend through the left leg, flex through the heel. If you'd like to, inhale, lower the heel. Exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. We're going to take this super slow. Do as many reps as you would like to. Keep the belly up and in, and the low ribs strong and engaged. Let's do 4 more. Remember, if your arms get tired, you can take them down. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it down. Hands to the heart in prayer. Close your eyes. Feel the right and the left side of the body. Feel into your breath. Maybe eyes closed as you inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive down. Hands under the shoulders, halfway up, breathe in. Nose to the left knee as you breathe out. Right leg goes up on the inhale. Roll open, standing split on the exhale. Knee a little higher. Maybe it feels good to float and challenge your balance. Maybe you keep your hands up as you come into teardrop. Lift up off that front thigh. Squeeze the legs together. Big inhale. And maybe your hands stay floating as you find the back of the mat. On the inhale, stretch up, crescent. Exhale, airplane crescent. Back leg stays down at first. Squeeze the thigh. And when you're ready, take flight. Extend through the spine. Try not to nosedive. And then come on up, right knee into the chest. Option to bring the arms overhead or find some other variation. Maybe kick through the right heel. Inhale, heel tap. Exhale, leg lift. Breathing in as you lower. Breathing out as you lift. The standing leg is strong, but the knee is not locked. One line of energy from your left heel to your hip to your head. I think we've got 4 more. Let's do 4. 3. Last 2, maybe take it up a little bit higher. And last 1, take it down to stand. Hands to prayer, eyes closed. Deep breaths. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat under your thumbs as they rest on your sternum. A couple deep breaths. And then on an inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive down. Halfway up, breathe in, lengthen the spine. Hands flat, step to the top of a push-up. Your legs are together. Rise onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, point your toes. Take your hips in line with your knees and your head. Chaturanga push-up as you inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Your shoulders don't have to go lower than your elbows, and then press up. Take this at your own pace with your own breath. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you lift. Let's do 4 more. To make it less intense, you don't have to bend so far. Last 2. And last 1. Exhale, press the floor away. Come all the way back into child's pose. Take a deep breath in and a long sigh out. Take a couple more breaths. Take a moment to surrender. And we all experience surrender a little bit differently. For some of us, it's easy. For some of us, it's harder than that chaturanga push-up, right? 1 more big breath in and out. Right back up to the top of a push-up. This time, I want you to walk your hands out, 1 handprint, and forward 1 handprint, so your hands are wide. Bring the hips down into alignment again, and as you inhale, bend the elbows wide. Exhale, push up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Again, doing however many reps as is appropriate for you. Slow and steady. Try not to rush. 4 more if you're hanging out with me. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last 2. Last 1. Come on back. Hands are shoulder width. Rotate the palms up and soften the shoulders. Child's pose. Deep breaths. One more big breath in and out. And then let's put that together half and half. We're going to combo. Hands down. Inhale, rock forward. Keep your left hand planted. Bring the right hand forward and outward. Inhale, left elbow back, right elbow wide. Press up top of push-up, and then sit back, child's pose. Let's do that again on the left. Inhale, forward, left hand forward. Exhale, bend and press. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, child's. Again, come forward, right hand forward. Bend the elbows, one elbow back, one elbow wide. Press up and sit back. One more time on the left. Come on forward, left hand forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, push up. Exhale, sit back. If it's comfortable, take your hands back by your feet. Let your shoulders melt away from each other and release all of that work out of the arms. If you were clenching your jaw or furrowing your brow, let yourself find stillness and softness. One more big breath in. And long breath out. Hands stretch forward onto the hands and the knees on a breath in, and downward facing dog on a breath out. Inhale to the tips of your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk or hop your feet there. Halfway up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, dive up, reach up. Exhale, hands can be in prayer or onto the hips. We're going to open our feet into a small V position, first position. I'll turn to face you. This should happen at your hips. I don't want you to feel it in your ankles or your knees. Take your right toes, tap them out to the right, and then squeeze the heels together. And then tap your right toes behind you, and then draw the heels together. Slowly again, forward, and center, and back, and center. Do you want faster? Forward, touch, back, touch. You can let your leg kind of float, or you can drag your toes along the floor. 4 more. 4. Reach back, let your legs be long. 3. Last 2. And last 1. As we come to the back this time, hold it to the back. Use your hands, dial your hips to be squared over your left leg. Airplane your arms, lift and lower back leg. Up, down, exhale, inhale. It doesn't matter how high you go. See if you can get a little squeeze at the top. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold this one up, hold it up, squeeze. All right, options, my friend. You could come into baby tree pose or whatever version of tree pose, or we'll take head to knee. Make a packet out of your hands as you interlace your fingers. Standing leg is super strong. As you bring the right foot into that cradle of the hands. Option to stay here or extend your right leg any amount that works for you. Find a gaze on the floor that helps you balance. And if you'd like to, you can take your nose to your right knee. Breathing in and breathing out. 3, 2, and 1. Release that, come up to stand. Shake it out, get loose. Do whatever you need to do to reset. And then meet me back in that first position. Turn out toes, hands onto the hips. Left side slow. Forward, heels touch. Back, leg long. Squeeze the legs together every time the heels touch. And you can continue to move slowly or go faster. Forward and back. Like you're painting a little V or an L shape on the floor. Let's do 4 more. 3. Last 2. And last 1, hold this one to the back. Dial the hips in over the front leg. Airplane the arms, lift and lower. Leg up, leg down. Squeeze and release through the seat. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that one up, hold it. All right, here we go. Baby tree. Or any variation of tree pose or head to knee on the left that works for you. Take this time to play. Maybe your elbows bend as your nose finds your left knee. Maybe not. Maybe you fall and that's okay too. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up and let it go. Meet me back in that first position. Hands on the hips. Cross your left foot behind into a curtsy, and then bring the weight balanced over your 2 feet. You're on the ball of the back foot. Come down and up. If your knees aren't happy with this, you can turn your toes more to the front, and you can make it less of a bend as well. Let's do 4 more in this full range of motion. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the bottom, tiny pulses. Keep your hips right under your heart, right under your head for 4, 3, triple pulse down into passe like this. 3, 2, 1, come to stand. Maybe tap your right ankle and then pulse down. 2, 3, maybe your toes to your calf. If you'd like to add your arms like little wings, you could. Come up, pulse down. 2, 3, come up. 4 more. And up, last 3. Nice job, 2 more. Slow and steady. And up, last 1. We're gonna hold the passe here. Ready? Hold it. Maybe bring your arms out into first position. Straighten and bend. Reach, tap, reach, and tap. Slow and steady. 4 more. How high are those left toes? 3, 2, last 1, hold it there. Let the shakes come. And then bring your left foot back into that curtsy setup, but then bring the foot flat. Right hand goes down, left arm goes up. Look down at your right hand and actively reach it to the ground. If your balance will allow you, roll your gaze up to your top hand, draw the shoulder back, and then bend over a little bit more. 1 more nice deep inhale. Exhale, come up to stand. Hands to hips, first position. Bring the right foot behind the left. Balance the weight. Curtsy, down, up. Hips under the heart. Nice tall spine. All the way down, all the way up, whatever that means for you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse it low. Come down. How low do you go? 4, 3, 2, triple pulse passe. 3, 2, 1, tap your ankle, or 3, 2, 1, tap your calf. Maybe arms. And come on up. Move with intention. And up. 4 more. 4. Stand strong. 3. Lift that right knee. Last 2. And up. Last 1. We're going to hold this. Hold it here. Maybe find your first position arms out in front. Nice wide circle. Right leg straight. Knee bends. Reach through the toes. Tap the calf. Every time you extend the leg, lift it high. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Hold it out. Work against gravity. And then find our stretch. Bring the right foot back. Right foot flat. Left arm down. Right arm up. Actively reach to the floor. Down through the left hand. And if your gaze will allow, roll it up into the sky. Draw the right shoulder back and then bend over a little bit more. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then come all the way up. Bring your feet to hips width distance or your big toes to touch at the front of your mat. Bend your knees. Grab your weights. With your knees bent, come into chair and pull the weights into your shoulders. The weight is in the heels. Tricep kickbacks. Back and forward. And if you don't have the weights, you're just using your arms. Belly is up and in. Back of neck long. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to the back. Do tiny pulses. Back, back. A little bend and straighten through the arm. Can you take the weights higher and narrower? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the weights out in front of you. And then fly up. Inhale. And breathe. Reach through the arms. Again, keep the back of the neck long so that your shoulders can get into the work. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Bring the weights down. Straighten your knees and toe heel your feet wide. Either grab on elbow to elbow and drop your head towards your toes, or take your hands to your low back, squeeze the heels of the palms together as you extend the arms over your head towards the floor. Knees can be bent a lot, or you can work the legs towards straight. If you have this shoulder opener, go on and take it onto the other side, release the hands down, switch the grip, and open up again. I want you to come really deeply into your breath because we're going to go into cardio after this. And that control of your breath is going to be everything here. Big inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Arms like a rag doll. Bend the knees a lot and slowly roll up to stand. Chin into the chest. Head is the very last thing to come up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to move through a lot of variations here. So option 1, step the left foot back slightly. Left hand, right knee, right arm back. And then come up, tap the left toes, bring the right arm up. Nice and easy as you step back, tap the knee. Slowly as you come up, touch the toes. If you want more, you can come all the way back into a lunge, touch the floor, and as you come up, lift the left knee up. If you're doing this, I like to have a drishti down on the floor and then up in front of you so your eyes are steady. It makes it easier to balance. If you want to keep it slow and steady, you can. If you want more, go down, up, down, up. Your front knee has to be happy about this though, okay? If you want more, come down, hop up, down and up. Standing leg, breathing deep. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Run it out at the top of your mat. You could just be doing a toe tap. You could be just lifting your knees. You could be in a full-on sprint. You could be in a high knee. Do what feels good for you. I gotta talk to you, so I'm gonna go slow. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, more breath. All right, let it go. Tap the toes. Meet me here. Harness your breath. Slowly in, slowly out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to stand. You ready for the other side? Right foot steps back, right hand, left knee. Then the right toes tap. Gently back, nice and easy. Slowly up with control. Do you want more? Find your lunge and lift your knee. You have to move in a way where you can balance and breathe. You can keep it slow or pick it up. Go down, up, down, up. If you want more, add that little hop. Again, your standing leg has to be really happy about your decision here. Breathing deep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Run it out. Whatever that means for you, wherever you're at today. Right? What is your experience like? 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet hips width. Hands on the heart. One over top of the other. Close your eyes and deepen your breath. Sway your hips side to side. And watch what happens as you slow down your breath and your heart slows down with it. Feel the energy pulsating around your body with every heartbeat. Energy, oxygen, life force, so alive here. Maybe come into stillness And feel that for a couple more breaths, gently bowing your head into your heart. One more really deep breath in. Big, long breath out. Open the eyes, big toes touch. Inhale, sweep up, gather energy. Exhale, draw it in through the heart as you fold to the ground, send it back into the earth. Halfway up, breathe in. High plank, breathe out. You could be on your knees and you could hold it there, or to the tippy toes. Low plank. Up dog, inhale. Low plank, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. One more time, upward face. And then downward face. Let's meet there together. Big deep breath in. Big long breath out. Inhale to your knees. Exhale, flip over onto your back. Hug your knees in and take a moment to roll around. Soften into the shoulders and into the neck. You could do the remainder of this exercise with your head down. I want you to make sure that your low back stays flat on your mat. Or you could curl your head up toward your knees. Pilates single leg stretch. Left leg goes long. It could be up high. It could be down low. Left hand inside the knee. Right hand to the right ankle. And then switch. And switch. Exhale every time the leg drops. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe hold it there or lift and lower your right leg up and down. Exhale every time the heel drops. Elbows wide, head up. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees. Drop your head and roll your head from side to side. Release tension in the neck and the throat, in the jaw and the face. If you'd like to wiggle the legs a little bit, side to side. And then we'll get ready for the other side. Again, your head could stay down, or you can curl your head up, chin to chest. Send the right leg long, left hand, left ankle. And then switch. So your hand is inside the bent knee, and the outside hand is on the ankle. And you're using that to keep your knees and your ankles in line with your hips. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg long, option to lift and lower. Exhale. Exhale, curl your head up, squeeze the belly. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lie down, drop the head. Take happy baby. Knees out wide, feet into the sky. Maybe your heels can come over your knees. And if you'd like to rock a little bit from side to side, or play with bending one knee and straightening the other leg, start to free up energy in your body here. Take about 10 more seconds if you need to balance out the 2 sides, or if there's any other pose you'd like to do. And then go on and hug your hands into the pit of your knees. And very slowly start to rock up and down the spine. If that doesn't feel good, you could rock side to side. And if you're rocking up and down, we never rock onto the neck. Put the brakes on at the shoulders. And when you're ready to rock all the way up to seated, send your legs long for a staff pose, Dandasana. You may need to wiggle the flesh to the side so you could ground into the sitting bones. Legs are strong and straight, or your knees can be bent. Arms up, inhale. Exhale with a flat back, hinge forward, heart to knees. Your hands can find the floor if that helps you to come down. And your spine can stay extended, back of neck long, or you can round your spine over your legs and take your nose towards your knees. And breathe into the stretch. From the heels all the way up the backs of the legs, and from the seat all the way up the spine. Work on extending your exhalation. Take a couple more extended exhalation breaths. And then to come out, hands are back by the hips. Lift up the head so the back is flat, and then unhinge. And as you come up, bring the sole of the right foot inside the left leg. Your heel is however close to the sitting bone is comfortable for you. You could have a prop under your knee if it doesn't feel good to let it roll to the floor. Take your hands to frame your left leg. Inhale, lift through the heart. And on the exhale, walk your hands any amount towards your foot. Let your right shoulder drop down. And if you'd like a little bonus stretch, take your right hand onto the pinky toe side of the leg and stretch all the way down into the hip and the low back. One more nice deep breath in. And long breath out. And as you inhale, come up, let your right hand circle behind you. Exhale as it comes behind the right hip. Inhale, press the floor away, lift the hips up, sole of the left foot comes down, left arm goes up into the sky. Press your hips forward, roll the heart open. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, have a seat. Use your hands outside of your right leg to bring the sole of the foot outside of the left knee. Get the sitting bones grounded again, right hand behind the hip. Inhale, left arm up. Keeping length in your spine, either hook or press into your front knee. Draw the right shoulder back. Maybe turn your gaze behind you, whether your eyes are opened or closed. Maybe you're still working with that extended exhale. And maybe with each and every exhale, you twist a little deeper. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, unwind into a counter twist. Hands to the left long edge of the mat. And then roll all the way onto the outer left hip. So you could bend your knee and bring your heel outside of the right sitting bone as you sit down. Depending on your hips, you could stay here. You could also take your foot to the other side of the knee, or you could stack your knees and wiggle into the sitting bones again. Maybe your hands are on your feet, grounding your feet down. You could even give your feet a little massage, or you could have your hands behind you, making it less intense. Those of you who have more space, hands walk forward. And no rush to get there, but over the next several moments, maybe you ease your way more and more into a fold that's appropriate for you. Sometimes I like to turn my cheek to a side and rest it on the top knee. If at any point it feels like it's too much, don't hesitate to back out and find a place where your nervous system can soften. We never want to force a stretch that just causes more tension. We open, we allow, we invite. Long exhales. Couple more rhythmic breaths. And then using your hands for support. If you are folding forward, extend through the spine, unhinge, come up tall. And then bring your hands behind your body if they're not already there. Your fingers can face the body or out to the side, any amount that's comfortable for you. Bring the weight of your body back so you can unwind the legs. Find your feet hips width distance, knees bent, feet on the floor. And when you're ready, press up into tabletop, reverse tabletop. Hips into the sky. Chin can stay into the chest, or it can drop back into the cradle of the shoulders. Press into your hands and your feet, and use that pressing into the ground to lift the hips up so that you're not just squeezing your glutes. Big deep inhale. Exhale. If your head is dropped back, keep it dropped back until you find the ground with your seat, and then take the chin into the chest. Sit up tall, legs long. And then the sole of the left foot inside the right leg. Grounding into the sitting bones, and walk forward into that fold. Again, the knee can be bent, the back can be straight, or you can round the spine. Allow your left shoulder to soften towards the ground. And for the bonus stretch, left hand to the right pinky toe side of the leg, wherever you're holding on to. Deep belly breaths. Couple more in and exhales. Nice and slow. Inhale, unhinge, left arm up. Exhale, float the hand down. And on the inhale, press the hips skyward. Come onto the left knee, sole of the right foot down, roll up into the sky. Find that gentle back bend energy as you draw the hips forward and the heart open. And then go on, have a seat. Ooh, high plant. And take your left foot outside of the right leg. Left hand behind the hip, up nice and tall. Inhale, right arm reach. Exhale into your twist. Feel the twist even from the bottom of your spine all the way up into the top. Maybe your exhalation draws you deeper. Big breath in. Long breath out, unwind. Stretch over to the other side. Counter twist. Roll onto the right hip, bend the right knee. Ground the left sitting bone. Option to stay here or bring the foot to the other side, or stack the knees up. Re-ground the sitting bones. Whatever you did on the other side, take it on this side, and know that the two sides might feel different. Maybe, maybe not. Take your time to get into this pose. You do not have to right away fall into the deepest place of it. It takes time. It takes time to store up this tension that we hold in the hips, and so it takes time to release it. Let it all go with long exhales. stay here just a little while longer. Big breath in, bigger breath out. Rise up on the inhale. Nice flat back as you come up. Hands come behind you. Find a place to rotate the palms. It feels good. You could either keep the knees bent, and we'll come into reverse table again, or you could take the legs strong and together and press into reverse plank. Breathing in and out for 3, 2, and 1. Hips down first, then the head comes up. If the head was dropped back, we'll all bend the knees and hug behind the knees and roll slowly back onto the back, tucking the tail, vertebra by vertebra. If this doesn't feel good, then you can tip over onto one side and then lie down. Options for final rest, you could bend your knees, turn your toes in, heels out, so that your knees fall in to rest on each other. Maybe your hands are on your belly or your heart. Maybe the arms are alongside the body with the palms up. Maybe it feels good to have your arms out a little bit wider. And an option to send the legs long. We'll take a couple of moments of stillness and silence to let the energy settle and absorb. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale. Open your mouth, let it out. And then let your breath happen on its own. And take a moment here to check in with your body. If you'd like to be still and quiet longer, then just pause the track and come back when you're ready. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath. Big inhales, long exhale. Let the breath reawaken you as you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and maybe roll your head from left to right. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. And if you'd like a big good morning stretch, take the arms overhead, arch the back, get nice and expansive. And on an exhale, hug one knee at a time into your chest and take this time to send gratitude to your body. Let your body feel it. Every cell, every muscle, every fiber. And then gently rock from left to right. Pick a side to lie down on in a fetal position with the eyes remaining closed, just curled up there for a couple of breaths, moving mindfully. And when you're ready, use your top arm for support, press into the floor, and meet me in a comfortable seated position so we can close our class together. Draw your hands into prayer at your heart. Close your eyes down. Gently bow your head. Breathe into and out of your heart space. And see if you can set an intention here to move with love for the rest of your day, for yourself, and for the world around you, whatever everyone's experience will be. Draw your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. Honor the light within you. And on an exhale, we bow to each other, and together we say, Namaste. Coming up and opening the eyes, relaxing the arms down. I hope that class was awesome for you today, and I hope that you'll come back and practice again. Also, if you enjoyed the class, please do invite some friends into this space. Make sure that you hydrate after the class. Make sure that you move your muscles if they end up being a little bit sore. And I'll see you for Pulse again very soon.